Welcome to This Week in Wrestling, or That Week in Wrestling, because we're talking about the past week in wrestling. My name is John. I am joined by Neeson, and at some point, we might be joined by Johnny. Guys, it's playoffs. Everybody is locked in. So that's what's
guys.
Going on right now.
Playoffs. It's real. It's real,
happening.
guys. It's real, guys.
Neeson, how you doing 24 hours after All Out?
Hey, I got a lot of rest doing All Out, so I feel a little refreshed. And now I'm here to talk about the standards, the blueprint, the boss, Sasha Banks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got a lot to get to. We got a lot to get to. I almost wore my Alexa Bliss shirt, which I do own. I do own an Alexa Bliss shirt. The first one.
I mean, you should, because we've been getting some interesting Alexa Bliss stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely we have. But before we get to all of that, it's facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling, YouTube.com/that hashtag show TV, and Twitch.tv/that hashtag show. Nailed it. Yeah, but also, guys, we've been watching so much wrestling over the past 2 days. It's been absolutely nutty, and I'm a little tired. So, I mean, if I was you, I would go over to deathwishcoffee.com, put the code hashtag show in, and get 10% off at checkout. It's the strongest coffee in the world, and that's just not a gimmick, brother.
It's so strong I can't move out. Oh, there you go.
It's powerful. Man. It's some powerful stuff. So
it's some powerful coffee.
Check it out. How was AEW? James, welcome to the chat. I will tell you right now, we did an entire review on All Out. It is on our YouTube page. You can check it out there, or it's on our Facebook page. I guess just to sum it all up.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Whoa! Oh, Matthew, no. You're coming in hot, Matthew. You're coming in hot.
Matthew, okay? Coming in hot.
Cool your brakes, okay? Just cool them.
I guess for 24 hours removed, I gave it a 5 out of 10. Neeson gave it a 6.7 out of 10. I might go a little higher in retrospect, but I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to stay pat with mine. Mike, currently co-watching your show and the Black Label Pro show, which is on independentwrestling.tv, iw.tv, guys. Go check them out. We are not sponsored by them. I would love to be sponsored by them because they're an amazing service. I can't remember any promo codes for them, but that's how much I love them. I remember other people's promo codes for the most part.
This is fact. You have been pushing independent wrestling TV since I've been on this show, and they definitely should sponsor, if not us, for sure you.
That'd be
and
great.
Just to say, if you're not watching a Laker game with us right now, then I am so happy that you're watching Black Label Wrestling.
There you go.
Well, no shit, Matthew. Look, don't have me start cussing before we get to talking about the boss, the blueprint, the standard, Sasha Banks, okay? And we're just gonna leave the work spot Matt Hardy news till yesterday. Let's go.
It sounds like he's fine, but let's get into, because guys, I'll just let you know this is going to be a mainly WWE NXT show, because we did do 45 minutes on All Out yesterday. So we're going to talk about WWE stuff, and we have to start out, Neeson. It finally happened. It is done.
Yeah.
It is
done. It is not done. It has just begun. The 7-year story has just begun, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand? Do you understand the feeling? If Payback was a week after SummerSlam just for this reason, just to have them lose the titles, just to have it on Friday nights, for them to blow up as best friends, the mega powers actually exploding. This is the mega powers that actually needs to explode in 2020, ladies and gentlemen. And we got it. We got it. Sasha Banks got ragdogged and her ass beat by her best friend. Was it really a best friend? Bayley. Okay? As we all knew it was gonna, we could have said it could have been Sasha turning on Bayley, Bayley turning on Sasha, but I thought it was done in such an appropriate way. I kept thinking, like, they're not about to do it right now. They're not about to do it right now. She's helping her out the ring there. Bam! Laid out on the ground, standing, bam, with the matching. They got matching gear. And look at Bayley. We've seen this happen before where Bayley turned on Sasha, but Bayley was the huggable Bayley. No, ladies and gentlemen. Bayley is the mean Karen Bayley. Get off my lawn. Get out my park. Why are you bird watching? She's that Bayley right now with abs. It's crazy. But Sasha Banks sold the hell out of it. And all I need is for Sasha not to give me no baby gum, no bubble gum, baby face promos. No. I need her to give me a badass promo when she comes back. She doesn't have to come back right away. She shouldn't come back right away. The next time she should come back right away is to either beat down Bayley after a title victory or to cost Bayley the title against hopefully Naomi or somebody else like that on SmackDown at Clash of Champions, because this needs to go. Matter of fact, this needs to main event TLC in a TLC match.
I agree.
It needs to be Sasha versus Bayley in a TLC match, headlining TLC in December, and then Sasha winning Royal Rumble. And hey, we may get a Sasha versus Bayley part 3 at Mania because of that. Who knows? But this is what I'm going for, because there are 7 years of storytelling that we have. And God damn it, thank God it's on Fox. Because what do they know how to do? They know how to tell stories, and they know how to do sports. And that is what this is. One great storytelling and one great sport telling. And my, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Very well done segment. I loved that we continued Bayley yelling at Michael Cole, basically kind of passing the buck on to him. Like, is this what you wanted, Michael Cole? Just screaming at Michael Cole's just like, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, man. Sasha was ragged on like crazy. It was a very well done segment. And who knows when we'll see Sasha. She did the stretcher job at the end there. Bill, hold on, leave his comment up. Bill, I'm gonna say I really enjoy the picture of, I believe that's a Cocker Spaniel. I used to have a Cocker Spaniel. Her name was Mandy. It was the first dog I ever had. No, we don't need Charlotte back. She's doing whatever she's doing, and she's I'll just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that.
Wow.
But Bill,
Wow.
I love your dog. Super cute.
Wow.
And I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. That's actually like a really cute little pup there.
You one AEW, 1 bad AEW show, and you just
listen.
Change your...
I think whomever that gentleman was that entered our chat last night, he kind of irked me a little bit by saying we were overly negative.
Negative Neeson is not overly negative. Negative Pingle. Look, shirts coming soon. Negative Neeson, Negative Pingle. Get those at thsshop.com.
There you go.
But yeah, as we have in the chat, Nick also said, until WWE ruins this again and makes them best friends for the umpteenth time. Look, I'm not going to be Negative Neeson right now, and I'm going to say they're not going to ruin it, because this is a prime spot on Fox television. That's why I mentioned Fox, and that's why Pingle has the Fox container that he's drinking out of. Because why? Because he's down
I didn't even think about that.
The day one-ish, and we will get to that also as well. Look, it is a great time to be a SmackDown WWE watching fan. Retribution is not coming wrecking up shots because they're only a Raw faction because they signed an exclusive contract. Like, that's exciting, but
good for them. Their retribution has been completed.
Their retribution, they got a deal out of it all.
Yeah.
That's what they got. But yeah, man, I thought it was masterfully done. I know people wanted it done with a with the crowd, but did you see those wide shots of people actually reacting?
Yeah, dude.
And this is something that people have been clamoring for, and I think now they have to continue on because they have. I mean, I say they have nothing else, but it's so the A story, and the only other story that goes against that is another person turning heel, Roman Reigns.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This segment with Roman and Paul Heyman was great because, I mean, whether you like Paul Heyman or not, he cuts a great promo, and he did a very good job here saying, "Oh, I didn't corrupt Roman. He has corrupted me," which is kind of like how did he do that? I don't understand, but I like that storytelling. And I love that Heyman cuts his promo and Roman Reigns says one sentence and we're done. I love it. Just straight and to the point. I'm very interested to see where this goes. I thoroughly enjoy show up and win, which is just like such an asshole thing to say. God. And I love it.
I can't wait to. I'm ordering that shirt, by the way. Like,
show up and win.
Show up and win. I was already leaning on the fence about wreck everything and leave, but show up and win. Oh, that is such a Neeson move right there. I love that.
It's amazing.
Show up and win.
Amazing. And I like the promo was great. Oh, who's entering the Now I see what you say with the layover there. Okay, makes sense. We'll fix it next time. Johnny, what's up? We live, buddy. We live.
What's up, everybody?
All good, all good. So we're talking about Roman and Heyman right now. What'd you think of the promo between those two?
Gotta be real. So, like right now, in the middle of quarantine, everybody's watching watching things, the binge watching everything like that. And low key, this kind of give me callbacks to The Wire with everything they're building right now, because you had you got Paul Heyman coming there as a Stringer Bell, the brains of the operation, over here spinning out the plan of what we doing and everything like that. And then after that, you have Rome just laying in the ring, chilling and everything like that, making his presence known. And honestly, with everything they're building up with his cousin and everything like that, also made me think back to The Wire, because in The Wire, his cousin's going at him and everything like that. He's going to jail, and what ends up happening is his cousin gets taken out for the big push to make sure the family stay protected, and that's what I feel is going to happen to his cousin and everything like that. Pretty much coming up soon is that he's going to have to get squashed in order for Rome to get over as a heel, in order to solidify that, and that's what we're about to do with the storytelling. But all in all, I loved it. I'm on what they're building with Rome right now.
So, I mean, speaking of Jey Uso, we did the whole meet up in the background, which I thought was, or in the backstage area, which I thought was very funny, where Roman basically kind of blows him off. He's just like, I'll hit you up later, even though he tells him, I've been trying to get a hold of you all week. He's like, oh, I got it. Don't worry. I'll hit you up later. Mm-hmm. So I think one thing that I want to talk about where Jey Uso. Jey Uso.
Are you eating? What are you eating? What are you eating?
Okra.
Oh.
I'm making dinner. That's why I didn't see the message. My bad.
Oh, it's fine. So we got Jey Uso in the four-way match to determine the number one contender, because we had Big E getting injured by I can't think of a clever name for whatever Sheamus's character is right now. Peaky Blinders Sheamus or whatever.
Blinders.
Why aren't we pulling the trigger on Big E? Do you think they think it's too soon? Because, I mean, I guess we don't really have a small window with Big E, because I know Xavier's coming back somewhat soon and Kofi wasn't supposed to be out for too long. But why? It almost felt like this was such a natural thing to go for him for the title match. Do you think it's because they want to keep the belt on Roman and they don't want to damage Big E? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Damage his reputation as a main eventer so soon.
I think you're right. I think you don't want to hotshot Big E and have him feed him to Roman, and then now you're just saying, oh yeah, we gave you your shot. Now go back to the bottom of the card or go back to a tag team. Like, you can't do that. Like, that was the perfect way to kind of prolong it. And honestly, I don't want to see Big E as a heavyweight champion right now. I want to see him as an Intercontinental champion right now. Like, I want to see him be able to hold a mid card and be able to, like, maybe headline a couple of SmackDowns, headline maybe a pay-per-view or so, like a B pay-per-view or a C pay-per-view, whatever, like a, you know, some what's the elimination change, some little whatever, right. Some not major 4, right? Like, let's get that. Let's build E the right way. Let's not force E down our throats, right? Like, let's build him the right way. Let's give him a story to stand on, because right now, what is E? He used to be silent. Now, you know, then he went to the New Day. He's an 8-time champion, tag team champion with the New Day. Now he's on his own. So that's only 3 things that we could say the evolution of E, and only one of those is him by himself. Right? So now let's get something. Let's get him fighting under for Sheamus, or, you know, like, he stuck up for doing the retribution thing, which sucks because I think that could have helped build him a little more, right? Like, him being one of the good guys going against Retribution. So fine, they're on Raw because they signed an exclusive contract because they did a backdoor deal. Great for them. But with Big E, okay, Sheamus has this. I love the new fighting, singing Sheamus. I love this Sheamus. I think it's great when Sheamus is dialed in. Sheamus, and now he's like ripped. He looks like even more of a monster. Sheamus is a legit contender. Sheamus has held every title except the Intercontinental title, right?
No, I'm pretty sure. Has he been?
I thought he wasn't. I thought that was the only one he wasn't as the Intercontinental title. Somebody tell us in the chat.
I'm checking real quick.
Yeah, so I just think that this is so great storytelling. You think Big E is going to get it, and then they pull him away. And then you think, and then they pull him. They're going to keep doing that because people are going to keep wanting Big E. So let's keep doing that. Let's keep building him. Let people keep getting behind Big E. It's great for Jimmy because Jimmy is able to show his talent. I thought it was Jimmy. It's Jay? Okay, it's Jay. It's Jay. Jay. Yeah, Jay is able to show his talent, and he's able to. I mean, look, Tamina had a title shot during this time. Now Jay has a title shot during this time. They're giving the cousins a run, man, and let's continue doing it.
We do have a comment before we go on here. John asks, "Who did you see this little vignette they showed of somebody walking in heels? It was a very quick kind of vignette for a new women's wrestler."
I did not.
It was, I believe, and John, let me know if I'm incorrect, but I believe it was just someone walking in heels with it seemed like a longer dress, and it was just their feet and the back of the dress. I'm not sure who it could be. It's so weird that every time they do something with introducing a new women's wrestler, it's like it's more cryptic than the hacker stuff. Like when we were reintroducing Liv, or when we were even reintroducing Emma at that one point. A lot of people are saying Eva Marie. So here's the thing. She is an awful wrestler. But here's the thing, guys. Do you remember how amazing the announcer announcing her to the ring was? That was amazing. And I was like, I hope they put the belt on her. That would be so.
She was the biggest heel in the company. Like, she got booed harder than any. They put her on the screen for a second and boo. Oh man.
I mean, so I think it would be Carmella is another one. It could also Carmella might be in Retribution, which is something nobody knows.
Only a Raw faction, okay?
Well, she got traded to Raw and signed a Retribution deal. And yes,
Oh, man.
Emma did return to Impact, so good for her. I'm excited that she is back on one of the companies. But I don't really know. But it is very strange that every time they debut a new woman with vignettes, it's like super mysterious, and like seven weeks from now, we'll finally figure out who it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say I
so
low-key
weird.
think Carmella too, just because the fact Paul Heyman dropped her name during that dope promo and everything like that, which I also luckily cut over the Corey Graves. Like and Carmella's current boyfriend cut the Corey's like motherfucker. And then
Oh boy. So I'm not really sure who it could be, but it's we'll see. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. Just as long as it's not Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, as long as it's not Tessa Blanchard.
There you go.
yeah. I was
Go ahead.
about the Big E thing. Like I was gonna say, like same thing. Like I was saying last week, I agree with Neeson. Like I was saying last week, I'd rather him be going for the Intercontinental Championship right now because think about it, he doesn't need to go for the big belt because Roman's about to go on a nice little run right now. It's gonna probably be like 3 months of him like holding that belt down, taking down people and everything like that. And I can't tell Jimmy or Jay apart. So I'm just like twin. I'm gonna say twin.
Jay, it's Jay.
He's going to get twin right now. And so as he goes against Twin, it's just going to help, up that because he's going to beat down his own family and everything like that. And so Big E doesn't need to get squashed right away because that's all that's going to happen because it's just a stepping stone to kind of solidify Roman as a heel. For Big E, though, again, I would love to see him, go for Intercontinental Championship because, again, him feud with AJ Styles, I feel is better ring work and everything like that. And that could, really fun matches and stuff, which could be just a dope thing, especially if you include, that Sami Zayn element, that Jeff Hardy element, like some fatal 4-ways and stuff like that. There's a lot of dope storytelling, a lot of people from to work with right there. You get to see the different things. But yeah, he needs to stay away from Roman right now because Roman's about to be on a nice little hot streak for the next 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think just having Big E in a title picture would be great. And it just kind of seems like the world title was at least right there. And now with the Intercontinental, you have way too much. You have who's the real champion, and also AJ's here. So there's a lot going on there. And no, Big E cannot go for the 24/7 title.
Disrespect.
That's awful. But John, thank you for your question earlier.
Yeah,
I thought it was Mandy since they showed Otis. I don't know if they would randomly repackage her in the middle of. I think that would be strange, but whatever. So one more overall WWE thing that we can kind of just talk about. It came out, I think, yesterday or the day before that Vince McMahon brought down this. We've gotten a little more clarity on what's going on with that. But at first, it seemed like a very you cannot have, if you are a WWE contracted wrestler, you cannot have a Twitch or a YouTube page, and the internet lost their freaking minds. And that included some of the people who have Twitches and who have YouTube, such as Paige, who just tweeted, nope. And that was the end of it. But the next day, it turned out that it was, you can have your own page. You just can't use your WWE name.
Mm.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's how, Superman or Henry Cavill can't go on Twitch and say I'm Superman and start streaming under Superman.
Right.
That's just not how it works. So I think, separating those two, and I think it's going to help storyline stuff and just realism stuff, and also representing a company that even though you're independent contractor too, but you're still holding that brand.
Right.
So it's this is a name that we own. If we own your name, then you can't go off.
Can't use that, right?
You can't go off and make money from it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at the quick reaction was, they're trying to take money out of these guys' pockets, and then it's actually well, we're not. I'm not. I'm like, it makes sense, and I feel like we saw a lot of the women's wrestlers changing all of their handles way before this to their actual real names. So I think everybody's Twitter is their actual real name, and so I feel like it's not that big of a surprise that they're trying to brand themselves differently outside of the company. And I think a lot of people, as soon as they saw you can't have a YouTube, everyone who the over 1 million subscribers to up, down, down just completely lost their minds. But that's not what's happening. So I get it. We just thought we would mention it. Does anybody else have any comments on it?
I mean, low key again, like you said, the problem with the Woods though is that when you first thought they were going to just take that down in general, and if eliminate just a whole income stream that a lot more being very successful with, and like you said, everyone got upset, especially all the Sims. I mean, Alexa Bliss fans out there. So but the thing about it is that the way they reworded it and changed it is totally fine, because you still give them the opportunity to go out there and make their money and everything like that, and that's what's most important. But I still don't think it's addressed the biggest problem though, because from a lot of people are this is just kind of reporting. People are speculating right now that part of the reason why this is going down is because AJ Styles on his Twitch channel has been kind of just running his mouth a bit too much about everything. And I'm like, look, this is cool, but it's still not solving the problems here. Y'all need to tell AJ to shut the fuck up sometime. And y'all need to talk to him about what the fuck he's doing if he's over there exposing things that aren't supposed to be public business. So, again, it's totally fine. I get it. Protects the corporation, totally fine. But, again, you still need to address the problem. Those, if they're going to be doing this then, and you want to keep some things like backstage secrets, you need to talk to them about that and address that problem.
I think Pelham put it perfectly. That's perfect. That makes perfect sense.
Who's doing just like that, though?
That's. Well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but
yeah.
No, and to sum it up, that's why they tell you can't, soon as if you work for Target, you have to take your badge off when you leave. You're not supposed to wear your badge outside of Target, right? That just sums that up, because you can do anything, and if you have that Target thing on, they're gonna be like, oh, you work for Target, this is on your hands. This is on Target's hands, right? So
that's every retailer that I worked for. Barnes & Noble for 11 years, and that name tag had to come up. You couldn't even leave with it.
Where's the book discount? Why didn't I know you worked for 11 years?
I worked there that was
Can we get some books? Can we get some anime? What are they called? The mangas? Mangas? Can we get some mangas?
That was 14 years ago. I'm trying to think of when the last time I worked there was.
You got people. We know you keep in touch with people. We know you got.
I know.
I do know some people that still. I do know some people that still work there.
Question: do you think WWE was smart putting the U.S. title on Bobby Lashley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
Hurt Business is good for business.
It's good for business.
Business is good. I think if you were talking about putting on the United States title on Lashley before Hurt Business, when he was with Lana, maybe then I'd be like, no, that's not a good idea. But now I think it's just rejuvenated him to be in the Hurt Business, and I love it. I think it's great. I'm like, Lashley's comes on, I'm like, let's go, let's do this, because I know MVP is not far behind. Sorry, Ian. Our resident MVP hater. All right, guys, let's move on to NXT here. Earlier in the week. Oh, get ready, everyone. Get ready. Earlier in the week, Mauro Ranallo parted ways with the company. Mauro had been with the company for a couple of years. He was on SmackDown first. I think he might have been on Raw a little bit, and then he moved to NXT. I know personally, I like Mauro. I think there's some times when he goes way over the top, but I think that's just who he is. And I know a lot of people did not like his style of commentating, but there's people. Just go on Twitter, you'll find them. I mean, I'm gonna miss him, and I hope whatever he does makes him happy. I know he's trying to take care of his family right now, and he's always kind of suffered with his own mental health issues, which he tries to overcome and has. So I wish him the best, because I really liked Mauro. I think he added a different element of commentary to WWE, and who knows where he'll go next, but I'm sure wherever he goes, he'll be rocking it. Mamma mia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm all for him taking care of self and family. Mental health starts at the top, as I always say, and mental health is very important to me, and family is very important to me. So I am in no way could knock WWE. I actually applaud WWE and him for just being able to let him go. I forgot what the word is called. Abrogably, abidably.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but to let coming to an agreement to let them go and parting ways on good terms, and knowing also he was up in BC, so he was in British Columbia, Canada area. So this is great. Like, hey man, cut some time. What do we get out of that? We get Wayne Barrett, and I think that is a great comeback. Like as we had our interview with Wayne Barrett,
friend of the show,
Wayne Barrett. I think this gets him closer. I know he has the itch to get back in if something calls. He'll get back in, but if not, he is one. He's pretty good on the sticks. Let him do what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're good. I don't like that we have another Michael Cole-esque play-by-play guy though. That was the one thing that hurts. Like I know we have Vic Joseph.
I love Vic Joseph.
He's great, but it's not. Mauro Ranallo was such a different tone.
Yes.
That in NXT is such a different tone. Mm-hmm. So it just all fit. It's just that, but Vic Joseph and Tom Phillips and Michael Cole and Derek, I choose you as well. I go with Finn. But Johnny,
we'll get there.
For sure. Shout out to Matthew. Sorry you got hit by a car, homie. Hope you feeling better. Hope that's recovering soon. And then like when it comes down to this, like Mauro, Mauro's my favorite announcer. Like I loved it because the thing about it is that like just keeping 100, we don't have like announcers of color, and so the thing about it is though when he was bringing in like the hip hop references, like all these different things like that, I was like, oh fuck, this is what's up. Dropping quotables of Jay-Z lines and things like that. I'm like, oh hell yeah, Mauro's down for the cause. And again, he's not a person of color, but he tried to bring that culture any way he could, and so it was great to see that. So I'm definitely sad to see him go because again, I used to love it like again, hear him on the mic, and also used to love it like when you watch an NXT event, and again, like if you're there live, let's say for example.
Woo!
Okay, here we go. Close it up.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you. And so the thing about it is though, that when it comes down to it, train of thought. Mauro. It's like if you're there live at the WNXT event, even though you can't hear Mauro doing commentating, but when something sick happens and the crowd starts chanting "Mamma Mia," and it just shows that love for him again, Mamma Mia. Oh yeah, respect to him. And again, like we said, like mental health is greatly important. He's like been, dealing with that throughout his time with WWE. Some assholes kind of like aggravated it sometimes, but again, WWE like handled it for him. And again, like he always came back stronger. So like I'm looking forward to taking this time off, and I genuinely hope this is the last time we hear from him.
Laura, thank you, because this was the segue into the next with Wade Barrett being back. This is kind of a two-parter thing. Is Wade is better than Graves? For me, I don't know. I would have to maybe listen to Wade do a little bit more commentary. I will say, with Wade going to NXT, what does this mean for NWA? Because we know he was a commentator at NWA. When we interviewed him, he was waving that flag like crazy. So does this mean that? And we also saw Thunder Rosa last night at All Out, and we know Ricky Starks is signed with AEW. So does this kind of mean NWA is saying, look, if you had a contract with us but you can find work, just go for it? Like, is that what do you think that's what's going on right now?
It better be. Let them people make money.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura asks, do you see Mauro going to TNA or to AEW? Not right now. I think we have to for maybe Jim Ross to be like, I'm done. And then maybe AEW goes, hey. Or they already have Excalibur returning to the commentary.
And they have Tony Schiavone.
And they have Tony Schiavone, and I like both those guys. And they have Taz as well, who has been on commentary. And they have a bunch of people. And I mean, if this ever happens, they have Chuck Taylor, and if they do Chuck Taylor Excalibur commentary, that'll be 2 hours of comedic genius. But I don't know what I think Mauro has. He does a lot of boxing, and I know he does a lot of MMA stuff. So I think he's probably just going to be like, you know what? I'm good doing that right now. As much as I would love to see him go somewhere else, I think that's what's going to happen with him.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time.
Uh-oh. All right, let's give Pingles.
So last week I was on the show and I said, "Hey guys, we're going to have this 60-minute Iron Man match. I don't think this is a good idea. I think it's too many moving parts, and I think they should have just done a mini tournament." And people on the show said it's different. I think it'll be cool. And I went, "Yeah, you know what? I think you're right." And then what happened, everyone? We had a 60-minute tie with William Regal screaming at the two guys who had tied and then saying, next week we'll have a champion crowned between Finn and Adam Cole. Super Tuesday and Super Tuesday Part 2. This is not great. That's I'm going to try and figure out my words. I'm sure I wrote them down somewhere. I think I said I'm so glad I didn't waste my time watching a 60-minute match with no finish. And I get that you're trying to get people to watch next week, but if you move to Tuesdays like the rumor is, then people will watch you. It just feels like NXT doesn't know what it's doing, and they were just trying to pop a rating with this new idea, and now they're trying to pop another rating with an actual title match. And I would love for that to not actually have a winner as well, and them for just tell us to go fuck ourselves at the end of the show. NXT is almost unwatchable at this point. I think I'll just say that right now. It feels like they don't know what they're doing. It feels like they don't respect their heavyweight championship. Hiromu doesn't. It feels like they don't have any respect for their heavy. And I know they were put in a bind. with Karrion Kross getting injured, so they had to figure it out. But if this was going to be the finish of the match, you could have just had 2 singles matches and had the winners of those go on to face next week, and you probably could have highlighted some other NXT superstars instead of having an hour-long match with no finish. It's disgusting. It's just gross. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at Bayley is upset.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess you can quote me on that. NXT is almost unwatchable right now. It feels like they're just in a holding pattern until this WWE draft happens, whenever that is, and then they'll go, okay, we're clean slate now. It just feels very weird. I'm not happy with it. And yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say.
Wow. We had to lay out for that. That was pretty strong. It's pretty strong words right there. Yeah, as soon as I knew that they were doing 2 Tuesdays in a row, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that I personally thought that Pat McAfee will come out and cost Adam Cole that match, but now I'm damn sure that he's going to come out and cost Adam Cole this match. And Finn will walk away with the NXT title, as he rightfully should, because that's why you move Finn over there, to be the star that goes against his friend on the other side. But yet he hasn't been positioned that way. He's been making stars. He's been too busy. I just heard an interview with Damian Priest, and he said Finn wanted to work with him. Finn wanted to put him over. So, that's great, man. Kudos. But you're supposed to be the star to carry the flagship. I need you to be the star to carry the flagship while Adam Cole goes and makes Pat McAfee all over again.
And I mean, I think Finn's the right way to go. But the other thing is, like, once again, who are we rooting for? Because Finn has pretty much been an asshole this entire time, and Adam Cole is Adam Cole. It's just like, Whatever. We've lost 9 viewers ever since I said NXT was unwatchable.
Oh, seriously?
Don't go watch our stream from last night because I don't like anything.
Negative Pingle.
Negative. Is it pessimistic Pingle? I think that
There
might
it goes.
be.
Pessimistic Pingle.
I think that might
Negative
be
Neeson. Pessimistic Pingle. Judgy Johnny.
Judgy Johnny.
Judgmental Johnny. Yeah, that works.
All right, Johnny. What do you think of what did you think of this 60-minute Iron Man Fatal 4-way match?
Sorry, I saw something in the chat. I was like, that's not going to happen. Bro, let's not join AEW. He's just holding out for a paycheck. Yeah, from WWE. But yeah, so when it comes down to it, to be real with you, so first off, I kind of got spoiled the finish because our
I did too.
Yeah, exactly. They're hitting me up in like a group of things like, oh, blah, blah. I was like, damn it, why did y'all tell me? But it's cool though. But to be honest with you, I went back and watched it. To be real, when we were talking about this last week, the Classic was one who brought that point about like it's something different seeing a 4-way match and everything like that. 4-way Iron Man match. To be real with you, I hate Iron Man matches legitimately because I'm just like this shit's gonna drag on forever. But it's like 2 individuals. And I've seen some decent 1-on-1s and everything like that. But this 4-1 had me interested. I was like, oh, this time it gives you like a lot of stuff to do because when the guys need a rest break, you can kind of mix up the combos, go to different people, have some moments. And so all in all, just being 100, I actually liked the match. Like I was watching, it's like, damn, I'm legit engaged. I'm enjoying this match a lot. The finish, yeah, the finish could have been a lot better. Like you said, like there's a ratings grab right now, trying to get as much money as they can and everything like that. Also, like testing out Tuesday nights as a possible like new main night possibly or whatever. And so yeah. But all in all, I'm not that upset with it because, like, again, like that match was kind of dope, and I really love the fact that everybody got a chance to shine. Like, literally towards the end, I was like, okay, everybody's going on a run here, but except Johnny, and then Johnny went on his run, and it was like fucking dope for him to get his moves off and everything like that. And so it was a really well balanced match. It was really well put together, really well booked, and honestly, like I legit enjoyed it. But again, the finish can be controversial depending on how you want it to go down, because again, to both your points. When you see 2 Tuesdays in a row, you're like, oh, this shit's going to go on for another week. It'll get settled. So, yeah. And then also, I am looking forward to seeing Finn get the belt because, as we talked about before, it may be time for Adam Cole to go into, like, Raw or SmackDown with the rest of the 2 members of the Undisputed Era. So, you know, the trio can go there and do their thing.
Yes.
But until then, yeah, getting Finn the belt will finally give him something to do because, like, again, he's just been there. Like, yeah, he's getting guys over and everything like that. But again, he needs to be involved with storylines. He needs to be that face, like, you know, someone like we're trying to run the place or whatever. And then they need to put some faces for him to go against. Because here's the thing: once he gets the belt, I'm like, who the fuck is this heel going to fight? Like, Velveteen Dreams disappeared again for another couple of weeks, and so I'm like, who's he going to go against? Even Velveteen Dreams kind of heelish right now. And honestly, that's NXT's biggest problem is that we've talked about it several weeks in a row. They need to start building up faces again.
So in the chat, Derek asked, and Derek, thanks for all your comments, but he asked, why haven't you guys really liked NXT? And that's why, because there's no faces. I mean, they had the chance with Tommaso. Tommaso came back and he beat up Jake Atlas. He like stretcher jobbed Jake Atlas. So it's like, okay, now we don't like this guy. And then they put all 4 guys in that match that are all heels. And then it didn't really have a finish. I feel like your secondary belt shouldn't be more respected than your heavyweight belt, at least at this point. Like, you're trying to get somebody that title, and it just kind of felt like like I said, they were put in a bind because of the injury, and it just felt like just do a mini tournament of all former champions. They're all right there. Like, just do 2 and 2, and then have, like, really, if you wanted to do an Iron Man match, just do it this week between 2 guys. I don't know. It felt very weird. I will say, Derek, I have been watching NXT, and I did love the title change. I love that Breezango are the tag team champions. I thought that was really great. And I believe that same show, I think we had Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott, and that match was great as well. So there are elements that I enjoy. It's just like,
and the women's belt has been really good too. Like, Io's been holding it down.
Yes,
everything's going on. So the women's division has been really good as well.
And they're actually building like secondary women's storylines, which is great. Yeah. But man, I don't know.
I would say all those things are correct, but the problem is that we respect them, but are we tuning in for them?
Yeah.
Are they grabbing us? Are they hooking us rather is a proper thing? And I think that's the issue, is that we're respecting a lot of the moves they're making, but we're not really watching because we have to see what's happening next. We're watching because it's ingrained in our brains to watch NXT.
Yeah.
So so these stories need to catch fire when you have your top talents aren't really having people to like. Your top talents are all heels and they don't have people to feud with. And like Derek, you just said, their biggest face was Keith Lee, and they brought Keith Lee in a month. It took them 1 month. And you put 2 titles on a man. He gives one up, and then he loses the title. And I get it, he hurt his shoulder, but he loses the title and not so good of a match. Then he leaves, and now so this is what happens. And so Priest isn't a heel or face. Like he's gonna be a tweener.
He's a tweener right now, mainly because I think. Oh, you know what else, Derek? I'll say. Bronson Reed's new entrance video is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love that, and I hope they push him to the moon because he's great. I really like him.
To the moon.
What
about Johnny's guy?
Woo! Cameron Grimes. Also a heel, though. Also a heel. Yeah. So to the point, that's the thing.
Everybody's a heel.
And even then, so like to be real with you, the main thing that makes me tune in NXT every week is literally the women's division. Because out of the 3 brands, I'm like the women's division NXT is the one that entertains me the most. We're not talking about how much talent they have, but I'm just saying, I'm saying the broad range, not individually, the broad range.
It's a lot. You're coming in hot. You're coming in hot.
Exactly. I'm just keeping it real. I ain't tuning in to SmackDown to watch Natty. But you're tuning in to SmackDown to watch the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, damn it, the phenom, Sasha Banks.
Oh my God, the phenom.
I tune in to watch her and Bayley on the feud and everything like that on SmackDown. And the cool thing about NXT is I tune in for Io, I tune in for Rhea, I tune in for Dakota, I tune in for Tegan. Like there's a lot of women I tune in for there. Again, but to our point though, Io's a champion right now. She's a heel, and then she's feuding with Dakota Kai, who's also a heel. And again, they're still not building up faces right there in the women's division either. So they're about to run the same problem soon there.
Yeah, but I think Io is. I don't know if she's really a heel anymore. I think she's just like
she's not a heel.
She's like in that Muda range where she's just like she does mean things, but everyone loves her. I don't know.
And also, she's going against Dakota Kai. She's not a heel.
No.
You're saying I agree with doing the Dakota Kai match. She was clearly acting like a face, but it seems like they're trying to set up this potential her and Rhea Ripley thing, which is like she goes against Rhea, is like Io's going to be the heel.
Yeah.
Like, well, heel in that situation. Io was definitely heel.
Well, Rhea, they're trying to build Rhea back up, but Rhea is definitely like they're also building Gonzalez, right?
Yes.
So that's who she's saying.
Gonzalez.
Raquel Gonzalez.
Both of them. It's Dakota's girl and the girl who's in the Robert Stone brand.
Oh yeah, and
Mercedes Martinez. Yes.
Yeah. So we're low key about to get like a strong woman match, which I'm looking like this is about.
That's happening on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I think it happens this Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's great elements in NXT, but man, that non-finish really just sent me over the edge for sure. Guys, we got one last thing we're going to talk about because we have some time, kind of. And it's Bayley. Look at her. She's so mad. So the
too soon.
It's rough. I'm going to switch screens, so if I'm not looking at you, I'm sorry. We got the top 100 wrestlers, or I'm sorry, 500 wrestlers in the PWI 500. And
number one, QT Marshall.
Clocking in at number one is the greatest of all time, All Elite Wrestling's own, from the Nightmare family, QT Marshall. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, DDP gave him the diamond cutter. No, number one with a bullet is the AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley. I have the list right here. Would you like me to read you the top 20, or would you like to discuss the number one?
Can we just do the top 10?
We can do that. Number 10 I will say number 11 is Keith Lee. I'll just say that right now.
Okay.
Just because I want to say. Number 10 is AJ Styles. Number 9 is Kofi Kingston. Number 8 is Seth Rollins.
Burn it down.
Number 7 is Cody.
Nightmare. Okay.
Number 6 is Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker.
Hell yeah. Let the money fall.
Number 5 and the highest ranked New Japan Pro Wrestler is Tetsuya Naito.
No worries.
Was there any doubt? He's right here. Tetsuya Naito. All right, I'm sorry. Number 4 is Drew McIntyre. Number 3 is Chris Jericho.
Oh.
Number 2 is Adam Cole.
Baby.
And number 1 is Jon Moxley.
Do not agree with it.
Well, why don't you agree with it?
Oh my God.
Do not agree with it.
Tell me your reasons why you do not agree that Jon Moxley is.
I'll tell you, damn it. Tell me one match after a Jon Moxley match. You was like, God damn, that was a good ass match.
Okay,
Yep.
but hold on. Let me just state that this is the period in which they do this judging is between July 1st, 2019 and June 30th, 2020. Now, let me just pull up, because we all know I'm an insane nerd here. Let me pull up my sheets.
Yep. Because I could tell you one reason why that Jon Moxley shouldn't be number 1 is because that man that Johnny is representing right there, Adam Cole, baby, had way more classic matches in that amount of time than good old Moxley.
Yep. Like, he was literally Mr. November. Like, do we remember the weekend where he did War Games and then did Survivor Series? Like, bruh, like, again, put him on classic matches. And was on SmackDown, put on amazing matches.
SmackDown and Raw, deep Dan Bryan had a classic with Seth Rollins.
Yep. And then like, you're saying, I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but we're saying June of like July of 2019. He had a match with Gargano during that time period to solidify his championship. And a Johnny Gargano Adam Cole match is an amazing fucking match. And then we can keep going from there. Like, honestly, like, think about this, was like, respect to Moxley. But again, Adam Cole should be number 1. It's disrespectful. He put on an amazing year. Like, he elevated that title. He is literally the greatest NXT champion of all time.
And I agree with that. I mean, he is the greatest NXT champion of all time. And I am, speaking of time, I am trying to bide some time because I'm still waiting for my sheets to load up. I will tell you right now, I have Adam Cole this year ranked at 23.
Wait, just for 2020 or for 2019 as well?
2020.
Just for 2020.
Okay.
And I have Moxley at 9. That's where I have him right now.
What?
Last year.
Is real talk, John? Is Moxley coming to your apartment and walking hints sometimes? Like, real talk, is he helping out? Like, is he pooping scooping?
Now, last year, hold on, guys. Last year I had Adam Cole at 8, and I had Moxley at 16.
Still too high.
That's ridiculous. This is
okay. Hold on. Raise your hand if you watched all of Jon Moxley's run in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I watched his main shows he had. Yes.
So Jon Moxley had an insane G1 last year, which I think was a main part of why from that year, from that time frame, that's why he is on there. And I mean, also AEW champion, all that stuff. I feel like he had a very good run. Let me see here. Here we are. Okay. So it makes sense to me, but I do agree. Adam Cole, what a crazy year.
I'm gonna just say this. I am not a fan of Jon Moxley, and I think his matches are snooze fest. I do not like his matches. I do not like when he is the main guy in his match, when he is the guy carrying his matches. I don't see the appeal in him anymore. I just don't see it. I don't see it. The reason why I really was going for MJF last night was because MJF, when he had that first promo, he was spitting facts. He was spitting bars. He was a fake wannabe Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he should be treated as such. He is a B-list champion that he should be treated as such. And to put him over Adam Cole, Bay, is a disgrace. Is a true disgrace when Adam Cole carried NXT, and not only just carrying NXT, but he put on way better matches from that time frame. I get the New Japan shit, and yeah, I watched those. Those are actually, I'm like, okay, I get it. But he was in like black trunks, and I didn't really understand it. And I'm like, okay, but
we didn't
maybe
have new gear yet.
Yeah, like, but you knew you was leaving. Get new gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no excuses. You're and so but I think it was because his contract ended July 1st, June 30th, July 1st, that they were like, so that was from that time period till blah blah blah, that they gave him that award because he left on the independent circuit and he went and did his thing between 3 promotions. Cool, bro. That's awesome. But also know that that's fucking bullshit.
And low key, like, I agree with everything Nisha said. Because here's the thing, Moxley, again, he's cool, but he doesn't irritate me that well with his matches. Like, it's a death match. Whoopie woo. Whoopie woo. Like, no, that doesn't always entertain me like that. And then furthermore, like, when it comes down to it, like, remind me, when did AEW start? AEW officially started last October 2019, right?
Yes.
And
Is
so
that
that's what time it started?
And so I keep you not. I was really thinking about this today, and I was thinking about who we chose as our wrestler of the decade and everything. And I remember we chose AJ Styles as our male wrestler of the decade. And so, like, going into it and everything, I was like, well, you know what? Damn, I'm like, yeah, AJ, he deserves or anything like that. And for this list right now, Cole should be at the top. But I'm looking like Mox should be number 2. And number 2, honorarily, should be fucking Cody. Cody started a wrestling company. Like, that's just kind of fucking amazing. Like, I was thinking about Cody's career, all of the longevity of, like, we wrote that letter leaving WWE, stating all this stuff and everything like that. People were like, damn, Cody's getting all into his feelings. We're not putting all this stuff out there. Goes to New Japan, does all this amazing stuff and everything. It made me start to rethink, like, should we have chosen Cody as possibly our wrestler of the decade? But again, different time. But again,
no, I will say right now, absolutely not.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, not even in the top 30.
All right, yeah, fine. But again, I just want to give the man the respect for starting the company. I think everything he's done.
Yeah, no, it's great. Business outside of business, Cody, man.
He created
Cody, Cody, you're incredible. Yeah.
But
we're not talking wing work though.
But when it comes down to it, though, yeah, like Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley should not be there.
So
this is what Jon Moxley does.
See, and it's shit like this that people call us negative.
So you don't. Okay, so Johnny, you said you would put him at 2, or no? You said you'd put Cody at 2. Where would you guys put Jon Moxley in the top?
I put him at 2.
You'd put him at 2.
I put him at 2.
So it's Johnny at 2 or Cody?
I'm trying to think about it. Honestly, I can't think of anybody else. So yeah, I put him at 2. I was think about anybody else. No, so basically it's not that far fetched that he is in the area in which he is.
No, I think he shouldn't be sniffing number 1 at all. I think he should be at number 2, but it's kind of like when the Warriors they only lost like 3 games that one season, right?
Right.
Like they were number 1 clearly. And then the number 2 was, whoever the number 2 was, I think it was like the Rockets or something, but they weren't catching them. Like they were number 1 by a landslide. But the second team deserved number 2. They deserved it.
The thing about it is, they're like, when they put out this article, they're not going to be like Adam Cole's the number 1 wrestler, and far, far, far behind is number 2, Jon Moxley. I don't think they would do that, but
hey, John,
I would find that entertaining. Quick
question. So for this list, this is the male list, right? Did they do a female one?
This is the first year they've included female in the top. They didn't do a separate one.
That's why I was going to bring it up. Because I started thinking about that. I was like,
so from August of 2019.
Take it away, Neeson. Take it away.
August of 2019 to June of 2020. Who was the first female that pops up on that list?
Oh boy, we're gonna be here for another hour. Hold on.
I just need to know. I just need to know.
I will say, Laura, if you're still in the chat, Jacob Fatu ranked 20, the Samoan werewolf.
Jacob Fatu is a damn good wrestler.
Shout out to James, who said he put NATO #1 at Mox 5 himself.
I will take it.
I'm still scrolling.
What? For the first female wrestler?
Yeah, give me a second. Here. Give me a second.
That's problematic.
How is this? How?
I'm still scrolling.
So you're telling me.
I found it.
Okay, well, no. First, tell me the number.
78.
So you're telling me there's 77 other male wrestlers that had a better year than this female. I don't even know the female you're about to name. I should be one name, but I don't know the female you're about to name. But had a better year than this female you're about to name.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, because here's the thing. So I agree with Neeson, and honestly, the person I'm going to guess should be higher on this list. Becky Lynch.
No.
It's not.
Who's the person? Who's the person?
Kylie Ray.
What? Look, and I'm a fan of Kylie Ray. Are you serious? You guys should be joking me. I got that. That's my Billy Kay. Are you serious?
Do you want me to? Oh, that's another thing we didn't talk about. WWE breaking up the Iconics. Like that's something that the tag team division for the women needed. We didn't even fucking talk about that.
I got one hot take about that. But you got to be joking me about that is the top. That is their first female at 78. When you had Becky Lynch headline, I mean, I get it. I guess it wasn't in that year. And even after that, right? You had Becky Lynch, but not even talking about Becky Lynch. Literally, Sasha Banks was the talk of the division. And not only the division, the company, since she came back in August. She was the talk. It was her. Even when she wasn't in the company, she was the talk of wrestling. She was going to Japan. She was going to Mexico. She was being the talk of wrestling. Thinking about going to AEW. So then when you get to August, she's not even if you wanted Kylie Ray could have been higher than Jacob Fatu, whatever the case may be, right? You could have had her in the 20s. You telling me there's 20 other male wrestlers that should be higher up than Sasha Banks right now?
Yeah. And they only got
that should be higher up than Charlotte?
Yep.
I'm not even a Charlotte, but higher than Charlotte?
And I'm going to just come in with NXT with Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler put in the work last year. She was beating motherfuckers down. She held
Rhea Ripley?
Put some gay matches. Rhea Ripley, too.
Winning, having a WrestleMania match and of War Games, Survivor Series, Charlotte Banks winning Royal Rumble, going to NXT, headlining NXT,
and then NXT to challenge Charlotte for WrestleMania, and Rhea's number
77 other human beings above the women that we just named. 77.
That's a bull.
Kenta had a pretty good year though.
Who writes the 500 again? Who writes the 500?
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Fuck Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Fuck them. How about that? You just disrespected all female wrestlers by having 77 other human beings ahead of all the women we just named. Mm-hmm. You can even put Thunder Rosa up for having a hot year that she had with NWA.
And don't forget. Don't forget.
Shut your mouth, Johnny.
Big Swole.
Shut your mouth.
Big Swole.
Shut your mouth.
Big Swole. Big Swole.
But the spinoff of that, they broke up the Iconics. They broke up the Iconics. And if this wasn't a Marty Jannetty barbershop moment when Peyton Royce threw Billy Kay into the ring at Raw Underground and then turned around and had a cringe face, and Shane McMahon put his arm around Peyton Royce and walked away, that was the last we seen of Billy Kay, ladies and gentlemen. That was it.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
That was it. I felt bad. You gotta be
joking me.
At that moment, I was like, damn, those rumors really must be true, because Vince just said, nah, throw her to the wolves.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put her in a box and it said shipped to FCW or something.
Right.
Like they did to the Spirit Squad.
Man, like and they gave them to the one tag team, the 4 horsewoman tag team. So shout out to Justin over at Wrestling Classic because he had me as a guest on his podcast.
Yeah,
and I went off about this. About you wanna build the women's division. You break up 2 of the only real tag teams that the women division actually have. You break them up, and then you bring up the 4 horsewomen that are a tag team, but you're not even presenting them as such. They're just in the ring or in the underground beating up people, and they're not even with Shayna Baszler. Why is Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax the champions? Why not Shayna Baszler or maybe Jessica or maybe the other one? Like, why are not they champions when they are real teams? I don't understand.
Freebird rule. Yep.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
No, and it is bullshit. And it's like, and I will say though, like again, because the whole point why I didn't want the women's tag belt is because, like you say, they're not going to form actual women's tag teams and treat it properly because they can't even do it with the damn men's tag team belts. And so I had no fucking faith in it. And so again, like Nisha said, it's just disrespectful. It takes away from that whole division. And again, to the point, like I get it, because Payne Royce, there were times when she was in NXT, Payne Royce competed for the championship, the NXT Women's Championship as an individual, because I gave Payne her credit. Payne's fucking good. Payne keeps developing. And when I watch Billy Kay, I'll be watching because I like them both as people. I follow them both by IG. Billy Kay is fucking hilarious. You got to be kidding me. But I'm looking like, girl, you gotta be working. You gotta keep that developing. You gotta keep adding to your repertoire here. And so I'm just hoping that Payne will go off, but I'm hoping Billy Kay doesn't get Marty Jannetty. And I'm like, Billy, please work. Put in that work. Get better because I want to see you around. And who knows, y'all can reunite someday. But Billy, you need to put in that work right now.
But see, that's the funny. Billy was the worker out of them. If you go back to those old NXT matches when Billy Kay was before they were actually together, like Billy Kay was that chick. Billy Kay was up doing Raw and SmackDowns. Billy Kay was the one working with everybody. You hear people talking about working with Billy Kay. Like Billy Kay is that chick. It's just that I think like Peyton Royce has, to me, I think she has more of the commercial appeal. Yep. She, like it's more than just the work with her because she's more of the Vince's type. She falls into the Vince's type sort of thing. She's a Mickey James. She's she could fall into these lanes, like Vince. Like Billy Kay writes her own lane. It's kind of like who would be Billy Kay, and Vince doesn't know what to do with that.
Because low-key, when I look at Billy Kay, because the way she's built with her shoulders, everything like that, she low-key reminds me of, what's that motherfucker's name? We the People?
Jack Swagger?
Jack Swagger?
Remember, he's all gangly and everything like that with his long arms? I'm just saying, because she always reminded me of that was the reason why I was like, damn. Because here's the thing, I didn't see Billy Kay at that point, but I was like, you got some build on you, look like you can go. Plus, you're a former athlete. She played women's basketball. Like, she looked like she can go. But again, I've never seen her do it because when I used to watch the matches, Payne always got the hot tag and Billy was always getting worked over. But sorry, John, we're going over. My bad.
No, we're good. I just saw that on Wednesday night they're gonna tell us who the G1 Climax 30 entrants are, and I'm excited about that.
Let's go.
Let's go. And let us go because tomorrow's a holiday, so we can hang out and do whatever we want. But let's get on out of here. Neeson, where can people find the podcast with you and Justin?
You can find it on anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's called TWC, the Wrestling Classic Podcast. You can find that. That's his podcast. And then you can find me at Stay Fly Life. And then you can find my podcast at In a Session, wherever you listen to podcasts. Now the show is a podcast. And
who'd you interview this week?
This week, it'll come out tomorrow when we drop the who we interviewed this week. So yeah.
No. It was the previous interview. The star from Glee.
Oh yes. I interviewed Amber Riley last week, and So that interview is actually, that podcast will be available tomorrow. But the video interview is up on our IG. Go to In a Session to watch it, or you can watch the extended version, which is about 50 minutes on YouTube, and it has more content, more in depth. She's amazing. She's dope. She's awesome. But yeah, man, I'm keeping them coming, banging them out as I should.
There we go. Johnny, what do you got for us?
Okay, first and foremost, as always, Flex Sneakers app is some bullshit. I was trying to get those Bio Jordan 1s. Flex Sneakers app, as always. Number 2, shout out to Up, Down, Down, Prince Pretty. Left, right. Y'all doing the damn thing, holding it down for the squad. Let's go left, right. Number 3, still Flex Sneakers app, as always. Still Flex Sneakers app. And then number 4, your boy's about to drop his new podcast called Disney Plus Diversity.
Yes.
Dropping this Tuesday with my boy Justin Quiz. That's it. Yep, that's what I was going for. Damn, fuck you, Sneakers app. So again, we're doing our first episode, and we're actually reviewing C9, Girl of the Future. So make sure you tune in for that. It's a dope episode. It's me, Justin Quiz, my friend Nelly's on there. We'll be dropping that as a YouTube video and as a podcast. Just look up Disney Plus Diversity. Make sure you follow your boy Johnny Dope Kicks, and I'll be posting on my profiles. You can find all the links there as well. And please come to support us. This is our big launch date. It'll be out this Tuesday.
That's great. I know you guys have been working on that for a while. I'm excited to see the finished product. I haven't recorded Tornado Tag Radio in a while, so I have nothing to plug. I guess notlg.com.
But still go subscribe. Go leave 5 stars.
Go subscribe. We might do some stuff there. We'll put up the new episode. Also, I'm streaming on Twitch. I got the, I guess, new remastered Tony Hawk. And it's like I'm a kid again, guys. So I'll be streaming that. Hopefully, Nick
downloaded it.
You got it? Oh, we can't play. It's not cross-play.
So I just realized that I was playing Warzone today. I didn't know that the multiplayer was cross-play as well.
Oh shit!
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
So let's go, because I've been playing the gun the whole with the gun where you have to like kill everybody with all the guns and stuff.
Gun game. Yeah. I know Nick in the chat has been hitting me up to play Warzone as well. twitch.tv/that#show. I usually play late night because it's ridiculous, and I'm an insane person.
John, you got Junior's text, right? John?
No, I'm looking.
I'm not sure if it popped up, but he said that you can't use your hashtag show name anymore while you're playing Twitch, so you have to use your own personal name going forward.
Oh, okay.
So, please change that over. Drew's really serious about that.
Okay, let me
put up the company money. All right.
Wow, I just got worked real bad. Much like we did with Matt Hardy last night. I worked myself into a shoot. My God, good one. Now I'll never trust you again. All right, guys, that's it for us this week. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling. Also, shout out to Justin, who's been killing it with our Instagram. He's been doing a great job, and we appreciate it. What else? YouTube.com/that#show TV, Twitch.tv/that#show, and most importantly, that#show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
We out. Bye, yo.